Greetings and salutations, I have arrived. Sorry about the delay. Just took a little longer in setting up than I had anticipated. How's everybody doing out there? Hi Josh, how's it going? Just got a message from my friend that they've still not been arrested in D&D. It's like, okay, that's a good thing. I mean, it's even better that they've not actually been arrested in real life. I'm not so bad. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. But it's one of them where it's like, I'm not so far under the weather that I don't think that I can stream. But it's one of them niggly little sort of like, just not feeling great today. So, I figured I'd sit around and play video games, which is what I'd be doing even if I wasn't on stream. Alright, that's messages sent out. That can go away. Everything else is there to remain. The timer can go. That window can go. That can be saved and closed. Alright. Let's pause that. Switch over to this. Switch over to this. And click the load button so oh, that was it. We're at the Bald Hilltop. For one of the last times. I've kind of got the indication from the plot that this is one of the last times. So I feel that, you know, once this invasion comes through, the portal will be stable enough for us to traverse it back along. You know, one of the things that always happens. Right. So what I just want to check is this is a minute level, so that's okay to cast fairly quickly. Haste is 1 round a level, and displacement is 1 round a level. So I kind of want to get these displacements in last. So any other buffs that I want to do? Firebrand, 1 round a level. That's another one that's want to be done at the last moment. Bless is a minute a level, so right, let's get Tristan's out of the way because most of Tristan's are long-term stuff. And I know that some of these aren't really going to be doing us many favours, you know. Valerie's not going to go up too much because she's got the belt of physical perfection. But it's just one of them where it's like bull strength for me. I'm not sure if it helps, but it can't hurt. It's also the constitution that really helps with the backline, as it were. And then finally bless for Tristan. Right. Displacement on Lindsay. Displacement on Octavia. Displacement on Tristan. Displacement on Chiron. Displacement on Amory, pause, Octavia, haste. Where's haste got to? And then where's Lindsay? Lindsay, displacement on Valerie, Octavia, Firebrand, everybody. Right, that's everybody displaced, hasted, and buffed. So I really wanted to move up there as quickly as possible while all the buffs are in effect. I think... oh no, right. See, that's not flat-footed. These guys are not flat-footed. Okay, I'm the one who's flat-footed. Right. I can't remember if they've got resistances, so let's... okay, they've got some resistances, but nothing spectacular. It's damage reduction Heat, fire and electricity. Okay. Immunity to cold. Right, okay. Let's give her a scorching. No, because scorching ray is a acid. Was that one of the other ones? No, electricity, fire, cold, uncold. Okay, so acid arrow doesn't hurt. Although it's still got reduction from fire? Where the I love that I know what my characters are doing. Where's Valerie? Octavia getting fire damage from? No idea. Right, so we're gonna move back a little bit. Right, we're gonna haste, we're gonna charge, we're gonna just mess up that one, we're not gonna even move. There we go. So you missed thanks to concealment. Or paralyzed. Okay, that's not pretty. Freedom of movement. Lindsay. Potentially should have saved that for somebody else, but it's really useful. Right, Tristan, move up a little bit. And that's about it. Okay. It's not so much getting the damage from Octavia. I'm also paralyzed. I did not know. Shoot. Okay. Is that gonna... Yep, no, that's not fully up yet. Doobity-doo. I'll try and keep all of that one. Oh, weapons. It could be coming from weapons. Yeah, you still missed. Right, let's have... I just remembered she's got a bunch of songs. No, nothing special.
Serves you right.
Right, so we need to get a freedom of movement going on Chiron. Although Valerie is now paralyzed. But that makes 3 of us. Just do the acid splash. Let's leave it on the acid splash.
I need inspiration.
Wilder Avian. Right, delay until after Dubry, what's it? Let's keep that going. are these things? True thing. So I can see through invisibility. Oh, it also means that displacement and blur effects are nullified. Well, that's not good. Let's shout at it. Lesser Jabberwocky, okay. Everybody failed the saving throw. Yay! A Jabberwocky can burble once every 1d4 rounds as a standard action. This blasts of strange noises and nonsense in various languages known to the Jabberwocky, and in very some languages it doesn't know. Affects all creatures within 60-foot radius. These creatures must make a DC 27 will saving throw or become confused for 1d4 rounds. Right. So you could do with dying, that's what I hear. How difficult is it to kill you? Oof. Not sure how the maximized fire damage it was immune to. But it has got fire immunity. That is not great. Oh god, it's got acid resistance, electric resistance, sonic resistance, fire immunity, sleep paralyzed. Oh, it's vulnerable to cold. Okay. I don't think I have much in the way of cold magic. Did you not do that? We've got a hell of a crit range. Is this... Yeah, it's essentially paralysis. So it's immune to that stuff. That's not good. What else was it immune to? Sleep paralysis. What's its lowest saving throw, do we know? Its lowest saving throw is a reflex. That doesn't really help right now. Oh, that's Sonic, isn't it? Right. Ah yes, I'm confused. So I'm just gonna stab at Amory a little bit. Luckily missed a fair amount. Right, cold. I got rid of all the snowballs. I am now kicking myself. You're not immune to acid, which is a boon. Also, additional 6 fire damage. A bunch of people are getting additional points of damage which seem to be just punching through everything, and I have no... Oh! Here it is. The firebrand. The firebrand burns. Any creature it marks is immune to the damage from any fire spell the caster... Wait. While the firebrand burns, any creature it marks is immune to the damage of any fire spell the caster of the firebrand casts. All of the target's weapons, both natural and manufactured, inflict 1d6 fire damage on a hit. This bonus fire damage stacks with any amount of fire damage that the creature's weapon might already inflict. Yeah, it doesn't say anything there. I don't know why. It should be, you know, it's immune to fire. Yet that fire damage is getting through. I do believe that's actually a bug. Just saying. Right. Tristan could do with a bit of a heal. Thank you very much. Stings a fair bit. Ow. Alright. Unleash the armory on it to it. Couple of misses, but got rid of half of itself. I'm still mucked up. See, I spend so much time focusing Octavia on fire and it's immune to it. Amory is supersized again. Let's heal Amory. Just fire at it. Ow. Right. You've come to your senses, so move away a little bit. What was this thing? You weren't immune to anything, so here, have a scorching ray to the face. I've already burnt my bounded holy symbol. Let's kill mass moderate. Cure critical, and let's burn a restoration on it. It's not too bad. Semi-decent amount of...
You deserve this.
Okay, so nobody died. That's great. Why are we still taking damage? Bleed damaged by the natural or manifest stacks with itself and other sources bleed. In addition, bleeding is difficult to staunch. It doesn't stop when the battle ends. When using a healing effect succeeded DC 26 to stop the bleeding, this is a curse effect. Okay. Interesting. Did we pack some remove cars? I don't think we have done, although so it just actually no, it should just work on a. Does that cure it? Okay. Keen Falchion +5 and last a Jabberwocky failed to be skinned. So I was expecting that to be slightly more epic than it was.
All according to plan.
Suppose I should get back to my capital and see what happens. Mock Battle Triumph. Battle for the Bald Hilltop. Success. Your companions await in the castle. The Grand Diplomat wants to discuss important matters. Who's the Grand Diplomat? It's Lindsay. To the throne room. Your comrades and advisors are gathered around the throne in a breathless silence. Lindsay is the first to dare to speak. I guess it's about time my book reached its accumulation, or its finale. Messengers have arrived from, well, all over the kingdom, really. The bloom has started everywhere. Monsters are appearing in every forest, behind every corner, in every nook and cranny. What we went through before was kind of bed of roses compared to this. If we don't do something, the kingdom will simply collapse. We've learnt a lot about Nysera while travelling through her dreams. I think she's almost done gathering grains of dust in her damned cup. Pitax has fallen, and your kingdom is the last thing standing in the way of her apology. She's done waiting. We need to do something, and fast. I think we need to head out to on our most heroic campaign yet. We've talked it over, and it seems our best chance to reach Nerissa is through the Thousand Voices on the western border of Pitax. It's been completely overtaken by the bloom, and it seems to be the place where the First World is currently the closest to ours. Lindsay again with the big bag of words, and as helpful as ever. I want to know what to do. Go kick that green witch's ass. Bam! She's gone, and we're heroes. Who are you? It is a time of great woe, but of great hope as well. The path to the First World is open. This is your chance to reach my fallen sister and settle your dispute over the stolen lands, once and for all. Everyone's so serious. Pfft, Let me put it simply. We need to do some housekeeping. Cut some lawns, burn some fallen leaves, and get rid of some vermin. Ha ha! The end time nears. My heart rejoices. It's all in our hands now. The threat may be great, but you've been fighting Nerissa for a long time now, Caron. You're the best chance of stopping her once and for all. Nerissa, huh? I've been itching to tear the petals off that flower for quite a while. What do we know of the 1,000 Voices and what awaits us there? I helped Nerissa move between planes and portals long enough to assume there must be a door in 1,000 Voices that leads to her own Dibinies in the first world. Many beasts serve Nerissa, and it would be hard-pressed to find more dangerous ones. She has even created some semblance of one of the Thane. The eldest chained beasts. You must prepare to meet all of these monsters along your way, either in 1,000 Voices or in the first world, should we make it there. One thing is clear, it won't be easy, not for us or for the kingdom. I hope there's something left to celebrate our heroic return to. Lindsay hides a sniffle by pretending to rub her nose. Will you travel with us, Evadura? Venerid closes her eyes and sighs softly. Yes, of course. My duty now is to fight the evil that has enslaved Nerissa. But I will not be travelling in the typical way with you. You are aware that creatures of the First World return to life in their homeland if they die somewhere. The bloom is especially strong now. If they die somewhere, the bloom is especially strong now. Yes? What? Return to life in their homeland if they die somewhere. The bloom is especially strong. Yes? I'll find such a place and end my life there, thus returning to the First World. I'll meet you there. This way I'll be able to bypass the portal guards, learn more of Nerissa's plans, and make preparations. Death is not a pleasant prospect, but it will take much of my strength, but it could give us a significant advantage. Take care and wish me luck. Nerissa has tormented my kingdom and all of the stolen lands for too long. It's our turn now. A ruler's duty is to end their kingdom's afflictions, and our duty is to follow you, Cairo. Yes, that green creep's hunted us for too long. Time to trade places. It seems we have a promising expedition to the depths of the First World ahead of us. If in the course of our research we render a dozen monsters and one particular annoying nymph to compost, all the better. The time has come to end the 1,000-year reign of evil over the stolen lands, and I, as much as anyone, wish to help, and hopefully help repay my debts in the process. We'll be fine. We'll return and throw a huge feast, and we'll celebrate for a whole month, and then another month, and then on the next month, we'll just do nothing but rest. I'll finish my book, and they'll read it all across Galorian, and Lindsay gestures vaguely. I don't know what then, but it'll be even better. Are you going to let me rest at least? Caron, I have some bad news. It looks like we did well to keep our distance from Razmir. Our warriors arrested a smuggler crossing the border. He was carrying a large quantity of Razmir's tears, a magical drug that can break any man's will and turn him into a shivering addict. He also carries letters threatening our merchants. Razmir's plan was to cripple trade by manipulating our merchants after getting them addicted to the tears. Now that his agent is in our hand, Razmirian is offering an apology and a substantial compensation in gold, if we set aside thoughts of revenge. I agree that we should extend some courtesy and spare the lives of Razmir's subjects, but gold is not enough. We should request a treasure from Razmir's private magic arsenal, which is rumoured to be stocked with many curious items. I prefer payment in the form of a magical item. Perfect. I can't wait to see the new wonder of Rasmussen. It will have to be something amazing. After such a diplomatic incident, we won't accept some minor trinket. You will allow me to study the gift, won't you? I love the way that it's all like, you know, epic message about how we need to go off and fight this great evil. They should have maybe sequenced this so that was the final one, so that it's basically... And also give it a day's rest in there. Force it a day's rest. And then, sort of like, off you go, rather than this whole thing of sort of like the grand speech and then dealing with minor issues. I also need to go get some rest and recoup all my spells, and then we'll be off. Just sense of timing, people. Greetings, Your Highness. Allow me to alleviate your daily concerns with a humble gift from your admirer. Wand of Dictum. I am certain that you or one of your friends will find this trinket useful. It's come a long way to get to your hands. Thank you. I'll be expecting your future creations. I won't keep you waiting.
It was time to meet the real mistress of the Stolen Lands. The one who'd been pulling the strings to create and destroy kingdoms for ages now.
1 second, I need to sort out this wire. It's going to annoy me. Come on. There we go. Right, I'm off to bed. Why is it popping up with that? Doesn't usually pop up with that. So what do we have? Against all odds. Somewhere in Thousand Voices there's a portal that we might use to get to the first world in Narissa. You have to find it. Let's just check the table one last time before we go. Yay, we can rank up the Grand Diplomat. I was actually peering briefly at the achievements for this game. Devs of games like this are basically need the skills of an author. They do actually. It's one of them things where more often than not there is actually a team of authors who are working with devs. It's just I feel that they need potentially somebody on their I think in some respects they need either a pacing or a almost movie-like producer. And so like, how can this be presented to give the greatest impact? One of the things, if you've watched or played Cyberpunk 2077, you can get a very distinct feeling that there's a number of authors and writers who worked on that. Not just because of the sheer quantity of content in there, but also there's very distinct feels to certain aspects of that game. When I say feels, it's like you know, some of the times that I wanted to just exit. What's a little bit annoying is that this isn't taking place in my kingdom, so all of these bonuses that people are running around with are just going to count for naught. You know, immunity to poison, lands defenders. No, we gotta go over to 1,000 voices. How do I do this? There we go. Reach the portal of the first world. No. We don't do that. We do this. We teleport to Ptax. And then we stroll up. It'll only take us a day and 9 hours. You know, some of the topics covered in Cyberpunk 77 are sensitive. And you can distinctly tell that in some cases, some of the writers have been a little bit insensitive about it. Hey, I actually managed to avoid one. And it doesn't feel like there's a unified... Right, I am going to camp one last time. I suppose I should have really made sure that I had something to cook one of the special ones. So it's like the story doesn't give a unified representation. I mean, to a certain degree that's understandable because you're interacting with many different people and places, but at the same token, you know, there seems to be a bit of a discrepancy as to sort of like the vibe and feel of things because the authors aren't really 100% aligned. Now, when it comes to Pathfinder Kingmaker, I don't know if they brought in additional authors. They probably did, or at least consulted some of the authors who were part of the original. So here you are. Found you. Took your time. Alright. Now the final trial awaits. Find my sister, Viridia the Lion. She's somewhere nearby. You need not look far. Okay. You're suddenly much more polite. Forgive my rudeness. It was part of a trial. Not everyone is able to smother their pride and suffer insults from a smug stranger. Where is this neophyte who was supposed to test me? Standing right in front of me. This time you were supposed to test yourself. You could bend your will to follow the road day and night without sleep or even rest. Alas, you treat yourself too gently. I have to go. Safe journey, Your Highness. We'll meet again. So yeah, that's kind of what I've found out about this quest. It's like if you jump here, you kind of beat them. Apparently the final trial is here, and I'm kind of curious. Do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do this. They didn't present themselves to me soon enough. I'm guessing that it's like there. I just want to keep everybody moving roughly at the same place because I don't know if it's repopulated this place. But yeah, the adventure paths from Paizo are usually written by 6 different authors. They come in the form of 6 separate books, and they usually choose a different author for each book. They're usually given a brief as to sort of like what the overall arc is, where they're expected to start, where they're expected to finish. Usually one of the authors, I think it's the first one, usually gets to put some pieces into play to sort of like, you know, the whole Narissa who has been throughout this the entirety of the adventure path, would be described and named and some detail provided about them in the first book, because, you know, the GM needs to know what that NPC's attitude is going to be throughout all of the books. Whereas, you know, everybody else is just building on, but, you know, the first author, you know, somebody else will... Oh, hello. The creature tilts its head and breathes loudly, as though sniffing. Curious. You carry with you my lady's servants. You carry with you what my lady's servant spent ages searching the stolen lands for. I'll have to report that. Or better yet, I could simply wait a bit and take the briar from your corpse. Do you have a preference? Who are you? You may call me the Horned Hunter. At any ruler's court, there's a place for the likes of me. I do love hunting, don't you? I suppose here, in the mortal world, you hunt elks and bears as game. I hound more impressive beasts for my lady. Ancient monsters, aliens from the outer realms, and self-proclaimed kings who would think to challenge us. What do you know about the briar? I know that it's no toy for mortals, and I know that my mistress will be happy should I bring the briar to her. My mistress is difficult to please, so I value every chance I get. It's not so difficult. Nerissa always seems to enjoy the death and destruction she causes. Ah, the traitors here too. You were a poor servant to Sarenrae, and equally disappointing to my mistress. I'll enjoy watching you let down your third master. Who is your lady? What? You came all this way without knowing whom you will be facing? The self-confidence of mortals always amazes me. It's as though you think, not I, shall revive in the first world should trouble arise. I serve my lady Nerissa, the lady of 1,000 breaths, and you are on the threshold of her demines. I need to go through that portal, and I have no desire to kill you. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement? An arrangement with me? The Horned Hunter shrugs. I wasn't going to fight you anyway. After all, I'm not here to guard this portal. As for the actual guard, well, I don't think it will be interested in making any arrangements with you. You hear it before you see it. A hoarse, wavering rumble can be heard all around you. The sound itself moves as though alive, washing over you and rolling back, boring into your ears and echoing in the depths of your consciousness. And then... run through the portal. Just run. No, okay, we'll fight the Jabberwocky. Lindsay, sing us a song and shoot that thing. Should have charged it. Like this, you see. What were you immune to? You were immune to bleeding everything, weren't you? Oh, you actually managed to do enough to hurt it. Tristan, let us have... Yeah, we got plenty of blasts to go around. Can you charge this? No, you can't charge it as well.
Do not falter. This is where I step in.
I think everybody's failed the bleeding saving throws at this stage. Tristan hasn't. The creature you designate is surrounded by a glowing red aura of vengeful fate. Once per round, when the target makes an attack or casts a spell, it must succeed at a fortitude saving throw. If it fails the saving throw, it takes 46 your wisdom modifier or electricity damage. It takes no damage on a successful save. 46 is not enough to overcome those resistances. Right. 4 rounds of confusion. This is not pretty.
Serves you right.
Make with the murder.
Left yourself open.
Now is not the time to be missing.
Won't kill me.
Start making your way over there. I don't really want to use this so early on in the fight, but Amory needs heals, and a lot of them. God dang it. Confusion for 4, that's not useful. Tristan, do yourself a favour and back away from Amory. Hey, Valerie, nice that you're back. Ow, I just healed her for 150. What is that? 15d6.
Stay behind me.
You deserved it.
I'll survive. I always survive.
A calculated risk.
Ah!
Come on, somebody finish it off. Right, well, there's a reason why I kept all of these. I have a feeling I potentially should have packed some more. It's close enough, one off maximum. Wait, we're missing a person.
And so they walked on.
So this is basically the beginning of the end. I can only tell it's all left the portal for now, leaving to take care of some other surely important business. The portal before us gleamed mysteriously. Ah, you're good for rations. I don't have any rations. That is a good question. They left the portal for now, and yeah, I probably should have taken care of that before. I mean, surely there should be something to eat in the first world. Yeah, you do raise a good point. It's one of them where it's like, I don't know if I'll need them, but at the same token, I want to take in like 18 sets of rations just in case. Because it's one of them, it could be, you know, you enter there, you get into a couple of fights, and then you're meeting Arissa. Or it could be another one of these epically long dungeons where it's like you'll end up having to battle everything as you're going along. You'll find a little bit of a safe spot you're expected to rest up. Potentially can't hunt. And so you're reliant on rations. I think I'd hate for it to be a case of getting in there, having to hunt and not having rations. I mean, worst case scenario is like, you know, if terrible things occur because I've taken so long, there's always the opportunity of loading from the beginning of this session. Pretty much not much has happened. Right, closest place is Patex. I'm trying to think, is there a merchant in Patex? The thing is, once I get back to Patex, it's not really going to make much of a difference.
I need to catch my breath.
Let's go back to Bloachingdale. I know where the merchants are in there. I'm also probably going to buy more healing potions. It's just Tristan's burst heals are good for, you know, the average adventuring day, but that fight with the Jabberwocky, it took Tristan's heal and a lot of healing potions just to get Amory back to 0, as it were. Right. So rations will be this person over here. I hope. Camping supplies, and I want 18 of them. I wish I could see, because there's something there, recipes which involve cane berries, and there's this first world fruit. But I can't remember what the recipes are. Could use the help of a cleric. How am I off for diamond dust? I think I'm okay for diamond dust. I got 338. I'm not great for diamonds, so I'm going to buy a few more of those. Let's just make it 10. 60,000. And also there's dinosaur bones. How many dinosaur bones? I've only got 14 dinosaur bones. And there's that spell that's oh, I didn't buy potions. The spell that Octavia's got that makes Amory huge, and that's really useful. Okay, you don't have dinosaur bones as far as I can tell. Huh. Or is it in this lot? Wands, scrolls, potions. New. Right, if it's not you and it's...
All according to plan.
Do you have dinosaur bones? I don't think you did. Name ascending. Dinosaur bones. Let's have some more of those. I don't know off the top of my head. Do I have potions of raised dead? I've already got potions of raised dead. Not potions of raised dead. I thought you had potions. There's somebody else who had... I thought most of the potions this person had were the ones that I'd sold to them. What are they called? Potion of Cure Light Wounds. Alphabetical. RS... no. MNNOP... Potion... No, you don't have the potions. I'd laugh if it was just if one person I really needed to talk to. P, potions of... I'll take all of those and all of those. Do you have potions? I don't think you have potions. No, okay. I mean, I've got a fair number of potions. I've got Tristan. I've got rations. Skills, class. No, use magic device. Lindsay might be able to do it. To bring Tristan back. That's something I wanted to check before I forget again. I packed Ruin. See, it's +5 quarterstaff. And we're chaotic good. So chaotic will grant them +4 on spell penetration, which might be useful. But I will keep that one on you as well. And this ring of greater ultimate protection. Nope, AC goes down. AC goes up by 1, but also Fortitude saving throw goes up. And spell resistance and DR. I think that makes you one of my most DR'd up people. Yeah. Resist 12 points of all physical damage. Right. Now I think I'm ready. It's one of them where it's like I'm looking at the time and it's like we've only been doing this for 1 hour so far, which means I've got 2 hours to go. There's a slight chance that this might actually go on for a little bit longer. Because if I get into like the final fight, see, I don't have the ingredients for any of these things. Oh.
Hey, Tristan. Want to arm wrestle? I bet I'll win 5 out of 5.
If you want to show everyone your strength, go wrestle a troll. At least his broken bones will heal quickly.
It's a little bit of sass from Tristan there. Right, off we go. I could look at the Kingdom events. But yeah, if I get into the final fight with Nerissa, it's at like 5 minutes to the end of stream, chances are I'll just go long. If I get into... try to avoid, please, 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 please. God dang it. I really didn't want that. If I don't know when the final fight's going to be, then it'll have to go over to the next session. But I get the distinct feeling that soon will be the end. I want them to come to me, not me to go to them. God dang it. God dang it. One down.
This will hurt.
So annoying that it's immune to precision damage and sneak attacks.
I'll fight if I have to.
They go down!
Any last wishes?
Person move away from the big scary monster. Still can't hit anything because he's blind. Slightly concerning that they can just hit Valerie like that. Let's try to lot but always worry that when I let the enemies clump up in the initiative as I get less chance to react to things. Yeah,
This is where I step in.
it's one of them things where it's like I saw that they were slow so they weren't going to get to me, and yes, there are things where it's like if they all decided to turn on me, I wouldn't be able to react to them all just basically smashing in my face. Luckily they didn't. They went after Valerie, and she's taken a little bit of damage but not a great amount. I was mainly doing it hoping that I'd be able to get the sneak attacks in, but I didn't realise these guys were immune to precision, so... There we go. I didn't waste much resources. But yeah, you're right, it's one of them where if you let them clump up you don't really get much of a chance to react, but it's something that I'm kind of used to actually running these at tables. Because if you're playing this at a tabletop, more often than not, it's like Earth Elementals. They've got initiative of +4. You roll 1d20 and it's like all the Earth Elementals go on this turn. Everybody takes their rounds in whatever order that they rolled in, and then you take all of your elemental turns. Because nobody wants to sit there while you roll 4d20 and it's like, okay, Earth Elemental 1. Wait, which one's 1? Oh, I'm going to have to mark all these elementals as 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. It's just awkward, so you don't. But it does mean that the whole clumping thing happens. I mean, I'd play on using a virtual tabletop known as Fantasy Grounds, and one of the things on that is it's all like you as a GM, you have an option to say whether they're grouped or whether they're spread out. And I much prefer it when they're spread out. It just makes the battle feel a little bit more dynamic, and it's not just the players, then the GM, the players, then the GM. But at the same token, you know, it's one of them without digital constructs. It's not pleasant to try to engineer. You know, it's like, yes, you could do it. But it's like, which one's Goblin 20 again? I think it's this one. Oh, no, they killed that thing. Okay, no. Oh, Goblin 20's already dead. Yeah, okay. Taking them out of the initiative. Right. Goblin 17. Where's 17? It's unmanageable. I don't like the way that Octavia is already fatigued. Can I pull up a camp here? Don't use the rations just yet. Great stuff.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
That was a terrible, terrible mistake. Can we just run for it? Probably can't just run for it. Nice. Right, back up a little bit.
Bring it! Look at me, Gorum!
You can't stop me.
Let's try this way. Repent.
Thank you for coming towards me. You can die now. I swear down this campaign is going to end with Octavia missing on an acid splash. She'll miss. Tristan, blind as a bat, will pull out his crossbow, hit, do 2 points of damage, and that'll be it. Game over. Congratulations, you won. I know you do, which is why we're trying to rest in the middle of a hellhole. Right, manage. Don't use rations. Rest. There we go. Everybody's feeling dandy. All right. The portal before us gleamed mysteriously. It didn't look at all like the one we saw at the womb of Lamashtu, but there was no doubt this was the way to the first world. We barely made it out with our skin the previous time, and not without the help of a mysterious old gnome. What would await us this time? Would we ever see the light of our world again? Would we ever even return to our cozy homes and the happy smiles of our friends? Or would we find ourselves brought to ruins, reduced to bones? Without wasting any time on dark thoughts such as these, the king quickly stepped into the portal. The king turned and looked back one last time, almost as if to say farewell to his domain, and then rushed forward without fear. We had barely crossed the threshold before an invisible magic took our sense of direction from us. Up and down, forward and back. These lost meanings as the portal we stepped through became a hole we were falling into. Each of us reached for the one they most feared to lose, or the one they wanted to hold on to, most wanted to hold on to. But no matter how tightly we clung, the mysterious force tore us from each other, hiding us amongst clouds of magical fog that swirled around us as it carried us along, all the while leaving us utterly alone until the light finally glimmered ahead. Wow. All of the king's companions are in Nerissa's hands. Find what happened to them. Ever since we appeared in the stolen lands, the mighty Fey Queen had plotted to control our fate. It's time to stop her once and for all. As I fail a whole bunch of quests for not doing them. Welcome, my Robin. Greetings from the House of the Edge of Time and its mistress. You are very beautiful. I know you like stories. I have thousands of them. The one no one can, the whole world can tell you. Be my guest, my little Robin. I won't hurt you. Well, maybe just for a bit. I'd like to hear your own story, to learn firsthand and put it to paper. A book such as that would surely be the only one in the world. Lindsay the Betrayer! The Nereid seems to be paler than usual, but her blue eyes glow with resolution. I was so afraid you might not get here, but you made it. Although getting here is just a small part of what must be done to survive and win. Nerissa knows that you are here. It was she who made you leave the portal last. She has taken your companions, and not only them, but everyone she thought was connected to you, those she could reach. Nerissa has a particular sense of justice, if you can call it that. You've taken so many of her toys from her Skylark, me, Amrag, Ivaretti, and now she's taken your toys. What is this place? It is called the House at the Edge of Time. It's Nerissa's place of power, her citadel in the First World. It is frozen in time and scattered throughout time. There are rooms of eternal tomorrow, and rooms where something that happened long ago still lingers. If a random guest took a bite of an apple and left it here 1,000 years ago, it would remain unaltered to this day. I know it's difficult to understand for a mortal. Even amongst us, the children of the First World, only Shaikar, the eldest of time, can fully comprehend these mysteries. My head's spinning from all your Fey dealings. Can you explain to me what's going on and what it all means? Of course. Ages ago, the eldest named the Lantern King cursed Nerissa and her closest nymph friends. He stripped them of their immortality and turned their souls to evil. Only I managed to avoid the curse against all odds. Part of Nerissa's soul, the part that was filled with all her good and light, was taken out and turned into an artifact called Briar. The eldest hid it in the Stolen Lands. Nerissa's servants tried to find it, but to no avail. Only the gnome Tartuccio managed to do it. But you must know more about that than I do. The curse requires Nerissa to destroy 1,000 kingdoms. Each time a kingdom was ruined, a grain of dust fell into a magic cup called the Apology. Now there are 999 of them. The number of kingdoms fallen to ruin in the Stolen Lands. Your kingdom must be the thousandth. If it falls, Nerissa will be able to go to the eldest and ask for forgiveness for her transgression. Please do not let this happen. The eldists are cruel gods in my world, and they must not triumph. I saw Lindsay talking to Nerissa here in the yard. What was it? A vision or an illusion? A memory. The house showed you what had happened here in the recent past. How do I get inside? There's a well here, magical, just like everything here. There's a well here, magical, just like everything here. It will allow you to go inside the house. Get used to it. Here in the First World, things can have very unexpected uses. Be careful, Nerissa will know you every step inside, and she will do her best not to leave you. Your kingdom, is the last grain of dust for the Apology. There's no way back for her. Or for you. Where is Nerissa? Everywhere and nowhere. This is her dominion. Here she may hide in any shadow and turn any shadow into a weapon. Nerissa does not prefer open confrontation. She will try to defeat you through her servants, and she won't appear until the end. I suppose, though, that is the one place that is especially important to her. It's a room at the heart of the house, on the 2nd floor. The shrine where her cup, the Apology, is kept. If you reach this place, Nerissa will appear. She would have no choice. I have to go. Before you continue, remember 2 things. First, the house is full of phantoms, living memories of what has happened. You can see them, but you cannot change the past. Second, the house lives not only in multiple times, but in 2 states. I call them reality and irreality. Although each is real in its way, dangerous in its way, and each has its own secrets. One is in the First World as it is. The other, the world of Neris's thoughts and dreams. The sorcerous mist you see here exists in both reality and irreality. It was created by Nerissa to guard her dominion from invasion. It will hurl between reality and irreality, and all about preventing you from reaching the heart of the house and other secret nooks. But I've brought something that will help you. Take this lantern. Light it and hold it high. The mist will have no power over you, but if you need to step from reality to irreality, or back, then hide the lantern and let the mist carry you. You hold the briar, an artifact of great power. Use it wisely. Do I hold the briar? I do hold the briar. I had a feeling that I'd have to stab somebody with it. I'm not sure who. The way it's all like, you're overburdened. A fae, nimble and bright like a butterfly, waves at you. Hello, hello, I'm Isilia, a messenger from the tent of profiteering on other misfortunes in the sin market. I will be happy to sell you useful potions, trolls, and supplies at a terribly inflated price. If you happen to see something of value while fighting in the House of the Edge of Time, you can sell it to me. Profiteering on Neris's misfortune is a delightful honor. Show me your wares. The Book of Incredible and Scandalous Parsimony. Wonder if that does something. Well, I didn't need to bring camping supplies, diamond dust, or dinosaur bones. They're all here. I'm kind of glad that I did pick up potions though, because she's got 3 cure moderates. See, again, this is one where it's all like, it would have been nice is if there was one of every single type of weapon for sale. It didn't have to be much special. But it's all, I've got 2 kukri and not 1 kukri for sale. Yeah. That's interesting. This +5 leather armor grants its wearer an additional +2 dodge bonus to AC while under the effects of a shield spell. Max dex bonus of 12. Don't know what my dex bonus is. Just realised, I am a rogue. I should sneak everywhere. Is there anything else out here? That is the question. I don't think so, not with the size of this map. Can I just knock on the door? No? Okay. The world radiates magic. I heard a rumor it was a good idea to keep your companions you weren't leveling, weren't using leveled and geared up, and guess this mission is why. Yeah, I mean, there's this, and then there's, you know, as part of people who are part of your court, having them sort of like leveled and equipped. The thing is, that's one of them aspects of this game where it's like, it's a nice idea to do that, but at the same token, you know, because one of the other things is Lindsay, Amory, Valerie, Harim, Octavia, Regnarar, Knock Knock, Jubilios, Tristan, and Kainra and Kalik. I have lost a number of companions. Ekundeo. There's another one. The Undead Elf. Can't remember what she's called. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple more that I've lost. And it's like, I appreciate what they're saying by saying, yeah, maybe you want to keep these people around and leveled up, but, you know, who's got the patience to a certain degree to keep them leveled up? Shit. Shit. Surprise. You're not flat-footed. I'm screwed. This is potentially one of them where it's like, I may have a problem in the fact that I only really deal damage, and a lot of damage, when I have companions, because I need my sneak attack. This is one of them where it's all like, it could be very wild. It's just all like, you know, you could have built a barbarian much like Anne-Marie, who can deal over 100 points of damage on a crit, but averages about 50 points of damage per hit. I've had 2 rounds of being able to hit these guys. That's 6 attacks a round. There's a reasonable chance they'd all be dead by now. You know, and there's other, don't you have a potion of greater invisibility on you? I don't think I do. I'll check. Sort by name. Reduce person, remove curse, resist, bark skin, feather step, greater invisibility. Oh, I do have it. It's only good for 12 rounds, though. Ran down the corridor. The story won't be complete until we gather all the characters, right?
What a beautiful place. Ah, the way it sings of solitude. No, just look at her. Walking around the enemy's lair, enjoying the scenery. You're a crazy goat. How do you even survive without me? Canera, how can both of us be here? Is this a dream? I don't know. Wait. What's that noise?
Terrible things coming for you, just as much as terrible things are coming for me. I think I also might have broke it by running up that way while it was in combat. Oh no, there we go. I can see again. Everything's running after me. Including the blind guy. What's that? Let's hide behind Kinrath and Kaliki, because I
Calm down.
am going to get myself killed. Well, that's one of them dead.
Failed you, sister.
I've started running again, I don't know why. Panicked, that's it. Yes, continue running deeper and deeper into this place. That'll do us a load of favours. Load last save. Find out what happened to Kinrath and Kaliki. They died. They came across the bad guys that had come across me and died. I need to save when I go into this place. But yeah, it's one of them where it's like if I built Amory, there's a reasonably good chance I would have survived that fight. Now I need to see what the items are in the chest and on the table. Using the potion of greater invisibility, and hopefully it takes me less than 12 rounds to do so. And maybe, just maybe, I can get in, get the stuff, and get out before things murder me. Because I can't really do damage without my party. I also just realised that this thing sells 99 scrolls of freedom of movement. Maybe that was something that would have been critical. Right, let's save it, because I don't really want to go through that again. Nope. big blue one. Right, move in. No, don't attack. Grab the thing. How did they know I was here? That's bullshit.
This should do it.
It's not allowing me sneak attack though.
Left yourself open.
Scrolls of Doom, Scrolls of Serious Infection, Lesser Restoration, Cause Fear, and 1,020 gold. I didn't identify that pick, I don't think. It just says that it's a light pick. Which I don't think really was worth getting nearly killed over.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
Oh, but you will be. You will be. Alright. This is going to get really aggravating if most of this dungeon is all like load, reload, reload. Yeah, you're going to want to reload and reload. You know, the one thing that I'm good at, stealth, which is useless in the room with invisible ghosts.
All according to plan.
But what happens if we just go the other way? The story won't be complete until we gather all the characters, right?
What a beautiful place. Ah, the way it sings of solitude. No, just look at her. Walking around the enemy's lair, enjoying the scenery. You're a crazy goat. How do you even survive without me? Canera, how can both of us be here? Is this a dream? I don't know. Wait, what's that noise?
Right, let's rush up this way and find out if we can save them. Solely to summon by the Narissa is nothing but an illusion, a weak reflection of that monster that hunted Kainra. The Tiefling girl is quietly singing something soft and sorrowful. Seeing you, she nods warmly. I'm Kaliki, in case you're wondering. I have to go, so long. Good luck in everything you do.
And snow. Do you like snow? Oh, what am I thinking? Of course, you'll say snow is impractical.
Approaching Kainra and Kaliki, you see the girls sitting closely and speaking very quietly. A warmth touched with sadness sounds in their voices.
I'll even say I'm ready to listen to your poetic chatter for a while, once we escape from this beautiful but rather dangerous palace. Oh, look!
Kainra, Kaliki, how can you both be here?
It's all because of the house at the edge of time. This place, it's like it's split and exists both here and there, today and yesterday. Even the mirrors here show delayed reflections. I was wandering here alone, passed through the mist, and Canetta was standing on the other side. It's a good thing I thought of going through the same mist and caught up with this dreamer. I was right on time for the Soul Eater. It wasn't real, of course. Someone had unleashed an illusion on us. If we didn't know that you helped save us from that creepy fiend, we might have taken the bait.
So you broke Nethys's second condition.
Yes, and the Forefather warned us about it. What's going to happen now? How about we put off these worries for later? It can wait until we escape the dominion of the insane Fey Queen.
We have to go.
We're ready for anything, ready or not. But we can roast a few Fey along the way. Lead on.
Oh dear God. Well, kinda wished I'd left things right alone for the people that I didn't really care about. 'Cause then you can just use the recommended. What are you good at? Is there anything here for kinetic blast? Hammer the gap. That's useful. They're the ones you've got. So let's have... I don't know. Blade of Whirlwind. Sure, why not? What line is this? It's this line. Kinetic revivification, blind fight, skilled? Sure, let's have a skilled. This is possibly another reason why I recommend that you keep these things up to date so that you're not spending half your time in this place leveling up. Jathal, that's what she's called. Let's have critical focus and expanded element. Your water, have some air. And have electric blast. Why not? The last one, I believe. Oh, what's a... I mean, that's not really going to do anything. But we'll put it in con. Have some celerity. Right, now for the other one. Yeah, I've done all the critical stuff. So hammer the gap and detonation. Sure, why not? Elemental whisper. No. Cold adaptation. Here, I have cold adaptation because I don't really want to make a second choice. Totally forgotten what I picked up for the other one. Blind fight might be useful. And if you've got fire, then take earth to balance it all out. There you go, you're all 4 elements. Take a dex point. Have enduring earth. Right. And you've got ball all in the way of equipment. You've got slightly more. Yeah, this is why you need to keep people prepped. We're running around facing the greatest foes of the game, and so far we've managed to get 2 companions, one with a 19 AC, which is just about a guaranteed hit from anything down here. Right.
They'll never see me coming.
This is probably not going to get finished this session. Just looking at the time, it's been an hour and I've made it that far into a dungeon. Let's try and stay in this plane of existence for a while.
That is not far.
I would love to bump into at least one of my usual troop. Of course I get sneak attack. Run away, maybe? So we've managed to so far scratch one of them.
Taste my fury.
Oh, we missed. So all that happened there was we took damage. Great.
Sister, protect me.
Let's load. Right, so this room was clear. I can run in and I should grab this. Right, and then I put on the lantern.
A trivial matter. All according to plan.
It's barred from the other side. I know.
Never see me coming.
Unfortunately, thanks to the way this game is seeming to play out, I'm going to have to do a lot of this save reload nonsense. It seems that this ornate and shining throne never saw use by its owner. Oh, a useful household item. A merchant would pay well for it. 1 gold each. That's another door. Will it open? Needs a key. Right. So there's a room that needs a key from the front room. Save it again. Hello, companions, where are you?
Let's make this quick.
God dang it. Hi, yes. Great stuff. Calling more of them. Of course, I'm paralyzed. Load. Right, we can go through here, but we can't go upwards. So we go straight ahead. And we reach, oh, basement. I'm hoping somebody's in the basement. Please, somebody be in the basement. Nobody just wanted to be in the basement, didn't they? There's a door there. Yes, I know it's locked. I'd like to open it. Needs a key.
A trivial matter.
Okay, so all I've found in the basement is two doors, one of which needs a key and the other one refuses to even acknowledge that it can be opened. So I'm guessing it's bolted from the other side.
All according to plan.
We've done the basement, let's save it. So all I remember is that way eventually leads to death. That way leaded to death. I would just like one to a troll there. That sounds like somewhere Amory would be.
They'll never see me coming.
Let's have a save. And to the frozen boneyard. Hello, companions. Is there anyone out here?
Taste my fury. This is going to hurt.
I would like you to move up and stab him.
Taste my fury.
For no other reason, I get my sneak attack now. God damn it. Immune to sneak attack. Right. Oh, we leveled up. Well, that's useful to know. You take this ring. You can't wear hide armor, apparently. Oh, that's because it's a medium. Right, well, yay, level up. Level 17. Sure, take Hammer the Gap. Did I have Vital Strike for you? Have improved Vital Strike. I don't know. Here, have toughness. Why not? And a pushing infusion. Right. Well, we actually managed to murder something in here. Here lies Nikal. Or Nikla. There's nothing else in here. Right, open inventory. Chug some... What is this? The Ring of Chaos. Are you, either of you chaotic? You're chaotic. Here's... Oh wait, is that a deflection bonus? It is a deflection bonus. Here, have a ring. You've already got one of them kind of rings. We don't know what it does, but I'm pretty sure it does this. Yeah. What's this? Oh, a deflection bonus. That'll help. I'm pretty sure... What's this? Dodge bonus +2. No, okay, yep. Is there anything else that I've got that might be of use? What's this? No, that's useless. For you anyway. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was chugging potions until I feel better. I'll do. Right, so I've done this wing. So it slightly concerns me with how few people we've managed to find so far. Because part of that suggests to me... Right, let's save it. I think if I went straight ahead now, I'd be in trouble. Of course, it's a crappy little room with absolutely nothing of interest in here. And going further down that way leads to death. So, what we will do
Ready for anything.
is we'll extinguish that and go to the irreality. Irreality. And then reignite.
Ashes and dust. That's what this dwarf is. It would be amusing to find out how strong his faith is. Do you hear me, my loyal servant?
What? What is this? Do I hear your voice? Oh, Grotus, do you speak to your servant in this lifeless place?
It is true. Your time has come, Harim. Do not cling to this miserable world. Let go. Release your life. The boneyard awaits you. I am waiting.
Oh, I've waited for this moment for long. How comforting it will be to close my eyes and know there is no need to open them again.
You believed in your death so much that you really died, dwarf. Few can boast such powerful beliefs.
Harden meets you, stroking his beard pensively, and nods calmly as ever, like there is nothing amiss. Harden, I saw Nerissa try to trick you into dying by pretending to be the voice of Grotus.
Oh, it's true. I am sad to see that I almost gave in, taking her false words for the voice of Grotus. I almost felt the cold breath of the boneyard. But memories return to me of the feats we accomplished together. I remembered the lesson you helped me learn. Would Grotus reveal to me the true essence of the circle of making and unmaking, only to drive me from the world? I realized I had given in to a lie meant to take me from my path and prevent me from helping you confront our old enemy. Then I shook off the deadly topper and awoke.
We have to go. Are you ready to move?
As never before.
Well, you're slightly better equipped if I remember correctly. You're still not great. You're still awful. Right, what's this? Not useful. Not useful. Not useful. Relative low is useful. We've managed to bring you up to a 27 in AC at least. Have some level ups. Oh god. What's your weapon of choice? I think it's a... I need to... It's a heavy mace. Heavy mace. I'm pretty sure I gave him weapon focus heavy flail. Whoops. Yeah, have some more wisdom. Oh. Power attack's not what I want for you. It's weapon focus heavy mace. Why is that grayed out? Right, and spellbook. All creatures in the area take 5d6 points of cold damage and 1d6 of dexterity damage per round. Per round? Wow, okay. A successful fortitude save each round negates the dex damage, but does not, but not the cold damage. useful, potentially. I'm guessing they can be converted into... Right, 8. Horrid wilting. That sounds terrible. This spell tears a rift in reality, creating an extra dimensional hole with a depth of 60 feet. Since the rift extends into the abyss, it does not displace the original underlying material or allows access below the surface. You create the rift on the ship, the deck of a ship, as easily as a dungeon floor or ground of a forest. Any large or smaller creature standing in the area where you first conjured the rift must make a reflex saving throw to jump safely to the nearest open space. In addition, the edges of the rift are sloped, and any creature ending its turn on the square adjacent to the rift must make a reflex saving throw with a +2 bonus to avoid falling into it. Creatures subjected to the effects intended to push them into the rift, such as Bull Rush, do not get the saving throw to avoid falling in if they are affected by the pushing effect. That's always a useful one. Pits are always useful to have. Death Clutch might be useful. I don't know what my enemies are. Firestorm's not too bad.
Well,
I mean, I've just realised that that might not be the only level. No, you've got a resurrection. We might need more, but hey ho. Inspiring recovery. Do we have a heal at this level? We'll take another heal at this level. Breath of Life and Slay Living. What's this? Target takes 12d6 points of damage +1 per point per caster level. If the target makes Fortitude saving throw succeeds, it instead takes 3d6 points of damage and +1 per caster level. The subject might die from the damage even if it succeeds at its saving throw. Freedom of movement is always useful. And have another bless, why not? Right, inventory. Just remembered something. I got a second Rod of Undeath. No, not a Rod of Undeath, that's not what I wanted. It's... You're not allowed to use Death Ward? Why can you not use Death Ward? What is this dictum? Not useful. Lesser Restoration might be useful, but it also might be useful by the other one, Tristan, when I find him.
No mistakes.
Right. We found another companion.
I welcome you to the house at the edge of time, my darling one.
No need for two-faced hospitality. Toxic intent is no less poisonous when phrased politely.
And yet I welcome you, and would see you among my assistants. Oh, but why use words if I can show you? Your fate was decided before you were born. Yet you chose to go your own way, as I once did. And you can achieve so much more. Look as if you're looking in a mirror. This is what I can make of you. A perfect face, a perfect spirit, a perfect warrior.
I know how much power you have, Lady Nyrissa, but do not seek my aid in your war on the stolen lands. What perfect spirit would entertain betrayal? I serve the king. There is no price that could buy my loyalty.
Then you'll vanish. Even the most beautiful flowers die. Such is life.
Why am I bleeding paralyzed? God damn it, people. Surprise, I'm no longer paralyzed. And I got my tank for the sneak attacks. You're not very good at those, are you? Bad move. Come on.
This is what perfection is worth.
Valerie looked coldly at her monstrous counterpart, lying defeated. Nerissa seemed very eager for you to serve her.
Her lies could never reach my heart. You must know this better than anyone.
Are you ready to keep going?
Always.
Welcome back, Valerie. Here, have a level up. Point blank shot. Why would I give the melee fighter a point blank shot? Let's have some cleave going on. Right. Almost feel like a fighting force. I need is an emery. And then I think we might be standing a chance in this place. Oh, that might be bad.
Burn.
Everything in this place trying to kill us. Give us a bless, harm.
This should do it.
Well, that's a problem. What are we supposed to do when nobody can hit it? We are supposed to run away! Jesus wept. Why won't you let us leave? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
A calculated risk.
Repent.
I can't remember the last time I saved. Shodsbot. Did that do anything? Oh, we don't know yet.
Flames take you.
Maybe he's got 1 hit point, and all I need to do is hit it with something that'll work.
This will hurt.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Your life ebbs low.
Let us strike as one. Ha!
Right. Seems to be immune to fire.
What a waste.
This is where my dice rolls do not help, because one of these should have hit it by now. One of you just needs to roll a 20 on the die.
Taste my fury.
That's not a 20. Yeah. I just have no idea what AC it is, and it's all like, it's one of them where it's like, I don't think I can win this one either, but I can't remember the last time. It's not even letting me bring up the menu to freaking load. Which one's the menu button? There we go. The thing is, fire wasn't doing anything to it, so you actually have to hit it with something that you know is not going to do anything damage-wise to get rid of its regeneration, potentially. Right. Let's have a look down here.
Let's make this
We got ghosts. How fast do these move? 30 feet. What's my movement speed? 40 feet.
Taste my fury.
At least in theory I can hit these guys. Four. Three.
Taste my fury.
Repent.
This should do it. Calm down. Not dead yet.
Let us strike his wall.
Left yourself open.
Ah! This is going to hurt.
I'm wounded. A calculated risk. I didn't even break a sweat.
Nope. Valerie's panicked. 5 rounds.
This is going to hurt.
Go on, Hiram, you got this. You're a ghost killer. Actually, you are a ghost killer.
Cool it.
Jesus. We finished panicking yet?
Do not falter.
Nope.
Burn.
Your life ebbs low. Could be worse. Will be. Definitely will be.
You're blinded.
What a waste.
Right, Valerie back in the fight. Harem, do yourself a favor and heal up. I need to get him to stop that. Don't stay in the cloud kill. Oh yeah! For some reason this isn't allowed to be used by this guy. That's why it's not equipped. Well, how many are you down? You're down 7 out of 17. You're fine. Move out of the terrible stuff. Down 11 out of 17.
Cool off.
Stay behind me.
Greater restoration yourself. Ta-da! Feeling much better. And you don't have a focus symbol. Well, that's a bit pants. Where is Tristan? I miss Tristan. Do you have any lesser restorations?
Was lost in thought.
Time's not waiting.
Oh, that's death's door, not the disease. Oy. Alright.
Grotus awaits us.
You didn't have any more restorations. Oh, do you have lesser restorations? You have a lesser restoration. Well, I'll take one con. Right. Let's chug some potions. Save it. That's another room cleared out at least.
All according to plan.
The Gnarly Witch. I don't trust it. Even groveling, the terrified creature towers over you. Its dark claws glisten like metal, but the pose doesn't seem threatening. It's more reminiscent of a ruffled bird than a wild animal ready to pounce. So it is you, my little guest. The crone probably frightened you here, near the Castle of Knives. I didn't mean to. It's all because of the wriggling man, damn him. He keeps sending disruptors and thieves to me. I turn around and they're standing behind me. I stand up from a bench and they climb under it. Forgive an old crone for her suspicious nature. My life isn't easy, is it? It isn't. By the way, in case you don't know yet, they call me the Gnarly Witch. I know you fooled my servants to take the fragment of the first crown. Foolish timber. But then again, I wanted smart servants. I wouldn't have chosen walking logs. You don't look like a dweller of the First World. Who are you? The witch shakes her huge head. I'm a lonely old hag. For hundreds of years I lived with my two sisters in a place you call the Stolen Lands. We guarded the magical forest, sheltered treants, shambling mounds, ogres, and other wondrous creatures. They praised me and my sisters and me, calling us a triune queen. It was a fine life. But then our forest fell under Lady Nerissa's gaze, and she reduced it to dust, and made me her servant upon pain of death. I couldn't even think of resisting her. Creatures like you are called Anis Hags, and when you and your sisters gather into a coven, it doesn't bode well for anyone else in the area, right? The witch flashes a cunning smile. Did I tell you we were kind to others? No. We lived by our own laws, in peace and harmony with each other, and strangers just had to learn to keep away from our forest. You must not be very happy with your service to Nerissa. I obey the one who is stronger. If I were 5 ages younger, I could try to rebel, but it's too late for me now. Poor old witch makes potions she's told, looks after the house, takes jokes from a pile of worms, and gets nothing else. You don't look like Nerissa's poor prisoner. You think I'm lying to you, little guest? But you can't know for sure. Will you let your doubts affect your decisions? You belong to a race of dangerous and unpredictable creatures, killers and cannibals, and you're lying to me. I can't say I like any of this, witch. I shouldn't have wasted my time with idle talk. If you don't want to die quietly, then you'll die a noisy and painful death.
Taste my fury.
Make with the murder. Why is everything immune? To sneak attack in this place.
Let us strike at once.
I'd rather you didn't kill me.
Flames take you. This is going to hurt.
Only if you can hit. No.
An expected outcome.
All right.
In due time.
So it's 3 hours past starting. Do believe I'm on to the final phases. I just need to try and figure out where everybody is. I need to make mental notes. Right, so upstairs. I went into that room. Found Harem. Realised that all the rest of the places were terrible. So switched over to the Irreality. Went back to the 4-way cross section. The troll layer now has a troll in it that's impossible to hit. We found Valerie, and now we're in the basement and met the gnarly witch. I need to go check the Desolate Wastelands, or the Frozen Boneyard, or whatever it was called. Then I have to start poking around the rest of the place. I have no idea how long it's going to take me to get through all of this place. I think one of my main concerns to a certain degree at the moment is actually just trying to get the team back together. I know how... See, this is... It's one of them where... If you weren't interested in doing the companion quests, which I appreciate, you know, not everybody is, you may never have... You could have started off with Harem, leaving the gathering, the ceremony, for starting off into the Stolen Lands. With Harem, benched him as quickly as possible, never used him again for the entirety of the game, because you prefer Tristan. Which I do. I think that's essentially what I did. I think I started with Harem, and then as soon as Tristan came along, it's like, no, you're on the bench. You're nice enough healer, but Tristan's better at it and isn't as miserable. And when he came up to you and it said, oh, when you've started doing things that might have involved his quests, you know, his companion quest, you could have just been like, no, I don't have time to deal with this. And so never really leveled him up, never equipped him up. And then you get into this, and it's like the first healer that you come across. And it's like, oh, you're still wearing non-magical armor, you have no weapon, you have no real equipment. You have no spells prepared. Because he kind of doesn't. He doesn't have any of the 9th level stuff prepared. I've not really gone through his spell list and been telling, okay, scrap all of these and just replace them with lesser restorations, heals, the works. I've just been like, yeah, it's just, you had these at the time. That sounds reasonable right now. Take it. Now, I think there's something like 10 different companions in the game. If not more. And to have to... and basically being forced. You know, knowing what I know now, before selling anything off, because I've been selling, you know, belts of +4 this, +4 that, and headpieces of exactly the same, because it's like, I don't need this. The group that I'm running with doesn't need it. Everybody else is just sitting on the sidelines doing next to nothing most of the time. So why bother leveling them up? Why bother trying to improve them? Especially on the equipment front, when you can use that equipment to basically get funneled into funds to help manage the kingdom. Yeah. Kinda wish I'd at least had some degree of warning, some degree of heads up on that. I've been able to go around and it's like, okay, I'm thinking of selling stuff off. I'm going to keep this and give it to them. And then it filters down. Yes, okay, you know. I think some other factors, it's like, you know, this is more playing the meta. And I'm not a fan of playing the meta, but at the same token, it's like, I could have taken the +6 belt off Valerie and put it on myself. It would have been a +2 in Constitution and Dex and +6 in Strength compared to what I went in there with. There are some classes I think there's some classes that you'd struggle. Deeply, very difficult struggle for this. you know, I forgot what Tristan's class is. Ecclesturgy? Very much a healer. It's like if you were playing that kind of character, you might be able to get a reasonable AC out of it, and yes, okay, you know, walking into this, you know that it's all okay, just completely rewrite your spell list. It doesn't want to be anything in the healing categories, it just wants to be straight up murder. You got a few abilities that you could probably use to do a half decent job at clearing out the place until you came across whichever group you're running with. But at the same token, that's just one that I'm thinking is fairly weak as a solo character. There could be others that are very much support classes that, you know, you just don't get these options. You don't get the sort of like, yeah, I'll just switch these out for offensive spells. I can't think of any off the top of my head, and they might not be problematic classes like that. It's just, I can very seriously see people getting to this point and just getting absolutely frustrated because it's like you've played the entire game as a support class, you've not paid any attention to the companions other than the ones that you've gathered around you, and now you're stuck in this place with a very support class character and whatever waifs and strays that you manage to find that aren't the ones you've been running with, so they've not got equipment, and you're going to have to sit here and level them up from wherever they got picked up from. You know, in my case, because I've been doing the companion quest, they've at least got some levels under their belt. But if you weren't interested in doing the companion quests, you could be sat here for the best part of an hour just bumping into, you know, Kainra and Kaliki, and then Harem, and then Valerie, and having to do sort of like 15 level ups a piece. I appreciate that this is sort of like the epic conclusion to the story, and it's supposed to be tough. But at the same token, it's all like there's a difficult, you know, I was kind of expecting it's all like we go in there and I've got my group, my usual group, and it's a tough slog. You know, that's why I went off and bought, you know, 18 sets of rations, because it's like, okay, you know, we'll go into this room and it'll be a bit of a slog, and we'll go here, and then there's the whole puzzle of this place that you need to figure out as well. Because that's something that I'm also acutely aware of, is sort of like how much of this place is actually a bit of a puzzle in trying to find people, work out how to get around, where you need to go, what you need to pick up, and ultimately how to defeat Narissa. I have a terrible inkling of a feeling that basically once you've got Narissa in combat, you'll pull out Briar, stab her with it, and that'll be it. It's over. It's done. It's dusted. I had thought that maybe it's to do with your companions. Maybe maybe they've been worn right to the edge of their mentality, and you need to sort of like, they'll attack you on sight, and you need to stab them with the briar, and then they'll either come to their senses or they'll turn against you, depending on how you treated them and what you did for them during the plot. But with the way that it stands, I really don't feel... You know, this is one of the times where it's like, you know, I've mentioned this before, and it really does feel like this game could do with somebody who's GM'd or who is GMing it, and it's like, yeah, okay, so that troll, for example, it's like, the ridiculous stats on it, and it's only by the saving grace that it's a video game where you get to save and you get to reload. Can you imagine, I've been doing this for, 72 sessions, or 71, next one will be 72, twice a week. So that would be a year and 20 weeks if it was once a week. Which is, when you're playing tabletop role-playing games, it's a little bit how much the group can come together on a regular basis. Most of the games that I've played in try to aim for a weekly schedule. Some of them have been a fortnightly schedule. And because there's more players involved and, you're talking about things, it can take a while. I've run a couple of adventure paths. They've taken an entire year of consistent week after week after week. But I've heard of one, I'm playing in one at the moment for Pathfinder 2nd edition, and it's taken us a year to cover the first book out of 6. Can you imagine getting to, what feels like the end of a 6th book, and it's like, yep, okay. Your party, you guys, you walk into this crypt. There's a force field that appears behind you, so you can't get out. And now battle this troll. Oh, you only rolled a 19 on the die for a 32. Yes, okay, that's a miss. Totally unwinnable. Kill the party right there. However many months, years, weeks you've been playing the game, just straight down the drain. Because it's an unwinnable fight. I do appreciate that I'm kind of comparing this to tabletop role-playing games, and I probably shouldn't be, because there is limitations in video games. And also, if you take the limitations too far much the other way, it's like, oh, you tailor everything, because don't know what other video games people have played, but if you've ever played the Elder Scrolls series, one of the things that they did for Oblivion was they scaled the enemies depending on your level. Now that sounds great because everything constantly remains a challenge. And also it's not too much of a challenge that you can't overcome it. Probably. But when you find something that you can't overcome in a game like that, then you've got a problem. Because even if you go away and start to level up, when you come back, the enemy has also leveled up because the game scales. So now you're just a couple of levels later and still struggling with this same fight. When it comes to, video games like this, where it's like, I could have not come here straight away. I could have made sure that everybody was properly equipped. I'd gathered up, there's been times where it's been like, I'm not sure if I should press on or rest up, or I'm running out of healing spells. I'll just drink a bunch of potions. And then not had another fight. And it's like, okay, so they were kind of wasted, but no harm done. I got plenty of potions. You come to this place and it's like, yeah, this is the final battle stages, and you might be down healers for part of it, so hopefully you've got some healing potions left. If you'd have been playing it, where you're using your healing potions left, right, and center, you could have been walking into this place with like 3 healing potions. The ones that you could get from the vendor outside. What are you going to do then? It's not like you have the option to just quickly reload to a previous save and go, hey, now I've got 100 odd potions. Nope. It's taken me months to get to this point. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting, I suppose. I am going to be back next Tuesday, playing more Pathfinder Kingmaker. I have a feeling that this is probably actually going to go on for another couple of, at least another couple of sessions. Maybe another couple of weeks. I have a feeling that this place is bigger than I had originally anticipated, and the fight and the whole reloading is going to take me a lot longer to work through than I had anticipated. I kind of had anticipated coming here and it was just being a slogfest of battles. It's not. So yeah, I'll be back next Tuesday playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, and we'll be following that up with Tuesday, Thursdays, as long as it takes. Until I either completed it or really get annoyed at it and just quit. But I don't see myself quitting at this stage. I'm too far into this to be so like, no, I'm that close from winning the game. I think the only thing that you'd tell, like, oh, you need to defeat this troll. Oh, you don't have, level 20 characters. Yep, good luck. Part of me thinks if I could find Octavia, I might stand a slightly better chance with that troll fight. Because then I've got access to some magical abilities, and possibly Lindsay. But if you need to fight that troll and I can't find Octavia and Lindsay, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll also be back tomorrow playing Hitman 3. For all my timings, check down below because they changed throughout the course of the week. If you've been joining me for Cyberpunk 2077 on Mondays, I won't actually be doing that stream for the foreseeable future. A little bit on that is I will be guest GMing over on Manapop Studios. I need to sort out Nightbot to start alerting them things. I also need to check my I think Nightbot only checks in when there's multiple people talking in chat, which is why it's not come up with anything this evening. But I guess if not, I need to figure out why that's not, because I'll be posting links with times and when I'll be over on Manapot Studios. There's a couple of weeks of prep, so it's not going to be exactly this Monday, but I believe the 24th of May we will be starting in earnest over on Manapot Studios. I'd love it if people could come along. I also play over on Magka_UK's channel on Saturday evenings. We usually play some form of co-op game. Never know what it is going to be until the day, because we don't really think about these things. Let's see if there's anybody worth raiding. I'm not really seeing much going on right now, so we're just going to call the stream here. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate that I'm ranting a little bit about all of this. It's just a bit frustrating, and it's what I do. I'm very critical about things. Try not to take it too seriously. I don't. It's just a video game. But yeah, if nothing else, hope to see you all next time. Daddy bye.